Apparently, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship is fake. Yep, you heard that right. A document was recently leaked that shows that Taylor and Travis both signed a contract for their relationship. Now, since the beginning of them getting together, a lot of people screamed that their relationship was fake and PR. It was dismissed as a weird theory, but now it might be true. A football legend and an iconic pop star getting together has made them a power couple. But was it all fake? Now, the paperwork, which appears to have been created by Los Angeles-based firm Full Scope, reveals a strategy to make their split and says that the date for the announcement is September 28th. It outlines a supposed plan to release an official statement at the end of this month, 3 days post-breakup, to allow the initial media frenzy to settle and ensure clarity. It adds that the announcement will be gracious, respectful, and stress mutual respect. Laying out what the statement would say, they write, example, Travis and Taylor have decided to part ways after careful consideration. They both value and respect each other's personal lives and appreciate your respect for privacy during this time. They're both committed to their careers and personal growth. They remain friends and wish each other the best. Now, the paperwork also states that the announcement would focus on Travis's personal growth by framing the breakup as a natural part of life. It will also highlight his commitment to his career and his ongoing achievements in the sports industry. Now, they also plan to send it to major media outlets with a press release to ensure broad coverage. However, a spokesman for Full Scope insisted that these were entirely false and fabricated and were not created, issued, or authorized by this agency. Now, the representative also said they've called in lawyers, though they are not expected to find the culprit. Now, Taylor Swift and her reps have not spoken out about it, but Travis is represented at the US firm by Jack Keto-Sin and Pia Mahali. Now, Jack has admitted to putting together showmances where celebrities are set up for publicity before, which clearly raises some eyebrows. Featuring in an Australian podcast for Mamma Mia's The Quickie in 2019, Jack said the fake romances are generally put together if one has a film or something to promote or to distract from unappealing publicity like a project flop. He said at the time, it's to be able to sell the hype of it, whether a concert, album, or getting people to go see the movie. It's all about the hype at the moment. And let me tell you, everything for the past year has been about Taylor and Travis. There definitely is hype. Now, this isn't the first time that Taylor has been accused of being in a PR relationship. It's been said that Taylor and Tom Hiddleston were a PR relationship to avert attention away from her breakup with Calvin Harris back in 2013. Taylor and Tom dated briefly for around 3 months before calling it quits in September 2016. Not to mention, a lot of people believe that Taylor is actually a lesbian and she's using these relationships to cover up her sexuality. I mean, it definitely is a possibility, and with a contract being leaked, it's just adding more fuel to the fire. Now, the gaylers on Twitter are going crazy over this. Now, I just wanted to mention that Taylor has alluded to this many times and has flagged that she's queer, so this isn't just a crazy made-up theory. There's actually a lot of proof, but that's not what we're talking about today. Like mentioned before, many people speculated that Taylor and Travis's relationship could have been PR. Taylor was already the biggest pop star in the world, and it would boost Travis's career, not to mention get more people, especially young girls, to watch more NFL games. Now, Travis has grown in popularity as he has starred in many commercials and has gotten a lot of new jobs. Travis is now hosting a brand new TV show, and the show in question is a reboot of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, renamed as Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity. Now, he also has a podcast with his brother, Jason Kelce, and they received a new contract. It's said that a deal between the Kelce brothers and the company Wondery have come to the decision that the podcast will run for 3 years and is worth more than $100 million. That's a nice heyday. Then, during one of Taylor's shows in Europe, Travis made an appearance on stage and joined the singer in her performance. During her segment of the Tortured Poets Department era, she falls to the ground and 2 of her dancers pick her up and do a little skit, making her get ready for the next song, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Now, the skit itself is comical, but this time, instead of just the 2 dancers to get her ready, Travis also joined them on stage. Now, the crowd went wild, and I can't blame them. Taylor pretended to fall fall unconscious, and Travis gave her an assist, picking her up and carrying her across the stage. Taylor then changed into a jacket and heels, and Travis even pretended to fix her makeup. Now, he also showed off some of his signature dance moves and gave one more big smile before exiting the stage. It was honestly so cute, but now begs the question, was this just a ploy? Now, a lot of people are now believing that the relationship is fake, with one user on Twitter saying, "Calling lawyers and telling the Daily Mail screams the docs are real and the couple is fake," which we've known is fake since day one. Only guilty people panic over fake docs. Just my opinion. And yeah, I kinda gotta agree with this. It will be interesting to see if Taylor's team puts out a statement, especially her PR rep, Tree Payne. Tree means business, so if she comes out and says it's all fake, then I'll believe it. Now, how did Taylor and Travis meet? Well, last July, Travis attended one of Taylor's concerts in Kansas City, but he was unsuccessful in his attempts to meet her backstage. So she doesn't want to meet anybody, and she doesn't, or at least she didn't want to meet me, so I took it personal, he quipped on his podcast New Heights with his brother Jason. He said that he was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs that she sings. So I was a little butthurt. I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I've made for her. Now, if you're up on Taylor Swift concerts, there are friendship bracelets, and I received a bunch of them being there, but I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it, he said. Then Taylor surprised fans when she showed up at Travis's game on September 24th. She was seen watching the game from Kelce's suite alongside his mother Donna as they faced off against the Chicago Bears. After the game, the two were seen walking out together, with Taylor rocking Kansas City Chiefs gear before leaving in his vintage convertible. Then she attended more and more games, and they became a couple. Later in December 2023, Taylor spoke about their relationship publicly for the first time, and she said that her relationship with the NFL star all started when Travis adorably put me on blast on his podcast, which I thought was metal as hell, she said. We started hanging out right after that, so we actually had a significant amount of time that no one knew, which I'm grateful for because we got to know each other. That means by the time Taylor was spotted at one of his Kansas City Chiefs games for the first time in September, we were a couple, she said. I think some people think that they saw our first date at that game. We'd never be psychotic enough to hard launch a first date. Now, before that interview though, she practically confirmed their relationship at one of her shows. Travis flew to Buenos Aires to see Taylor perform on the international leg of her Eras tour in November, and she changed the lyrics to her song Karma to reference him. The original lyrics are "Karma is the guy on the screen coming straight home to me," but she changed it to "Karma is the guy on the Chiefs, the NFL team that Travis plays for." Now, during an episode of his podcast, Travis addressed the viral moment. "I had no clue. Well, I might have had a little bit of a clue, but definitely when I heard it come out of her mouth, it still shocked me," he said. He was like, "Oh, she really just said that. Alright." Now, since then, he's been supporting her at her concerts, and she attends his games. With the football season starting back up and Taylor having a break in her tour schedule, I'm sure we'll be seeing her attend many games again. I mean, unless the contract is true and they are breaking up. On the top of our list is Kelly Clarkson. On Saturday Night Live, a conversation about how Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's new romance is becoming a regular feature in football coverage had begun. I mean, isn't it funny how this relationship is now a hot topic even during NFL games? As a sports fan, I'm sure people probably think it feels like tuning into a reality TV show instead of watching a game. Kelce himself admitted on his podcast New Heights that the NFL might be slightly overdoing it with the coverage of their romance. But the truth is, it's not just Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship that has become a hot topic in football. Over the years, we have seen numerous celebrity sports relationships take center stage in media coverage. And as true as that is, I think celebrity gossip is just too hot a topic to not become the main focus of attention, right? What do you think about the trailer news? Are you also guilty of tuning into the tea regularly? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, Olivia Wilde. Olivia recently stirred up a conversation about Taylor and Travis's romance and its influence on the public perception. In an Instagram story, Olivia shared a thought-provoking post, "I wish Taylor Swift was in love with a climate scientist," seemingly implying that she wished Taylor could use her fame to draw attention to something more important. Upon receiving criticism, Olivia
Olivia clarified her intention, stating that her comment aimed to underscore the public's skewed attention towards stupid things over pressing concerns. In a recent turn of events, Olivia Wilde's remarks have sparked a dialogue around the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce relationship, but let's take a closer look. Wilde's interest, it seems, lies not with the celebrity romance, but instead with more pressing global issues like climate change. Her comments, far from showing a lack of interest in Swift's love life, actually highlight a plea for influential figures like Swift to use their platform to draw attention to these significant issues. Wilde's apparent indifference towards Swift and Kelce's relationship isn't born out of disinterest, but rather it's a call to redirect our focus onto matters of greater importance. Next up is Joy Behar. Joy made it clear that she's a fan of Taylor, but has no love for her new boyfriend. She took time to scrutinize some past tweets from him, and her disappointment was palpable. One particular tweet from 2010 where he suggested that women should conceal their back fat came under fire. Kelce followed up by stating, "I feel like if you want to be a cheerleader, you have to pass a beauty test. There's too many ugly cheerleaders out here." Behar had no qualms about voicing her distaste for Swift's new flame, labeling him as an idiot and illiterate. Joy's comments sparked a debate on social media about the importance of holding celebrities accountable for their past actions and words. Many fans defended Taylor Swift's decision to date Kelce and argued that people can change over time. However, others pointed out that his tweets were a reflection of societal expectations and double standards placed on women. Morgan Freeman, let's chat about the Kansas City Chiefs superfan. He made headlines when he confessed his indifference toward the Swift and Kelce love saga. While speaking on CBS This Morning back in October 2023, Freeman honestly stated, "I don't think about them at all. His main concern is more whether his team is winning or not," which is so valid. Freeman's lack of concern for Kelce and Swift's relationship stems from his focused interest in the game itself. To him, the personal lives of the players fall secondary to their performance on the field. He views football as a sport that should be appreciated for its strategy, skill, and competitive thrill, rather than the celebrity status or personal life events of its players. As a superfan, he seeks to maintain the purity of his passion for the game, keeping it separate from the world of celebrity gossip. Freeman also recognizes the importance of respecting the privacy and individuality of the players, allowing them to lead their own lives outside of football. Next, we have Travis's ex, Kayla Nicole. The star tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs and his longtime ex-girlfriend had broken up after a 5-year relationship. The news of their split first made headlines in May 2022, and it was later reported that Travis had been forcing Kayla to pay for half of everything during their time together. Embarrassing. According to a report by Barstool Sports, Travis had been trying to make Kayla prove that she wasn't with him for his massive NFL salary. This resulted in her having to pay for half of every date, trip, and other expenses during their relationship. Since their split, both Travis and Kayla denied rumors on the matter, but regardless, that's still a crazy thing to have to hear about, right? Now let's talk about some celebrities who don't like Taylor Swift, and if they don't like her, it's safe to assume they probably can care less about the budding relationship with current BF Travis, right? John Mayer. In the world of pop culture, Taylor Swift's first high-profile relationship was with none other than John. At that point in time, Mayer was the more renowned star. However, the tables have since turned, with Swift eclipsing Mayer's fame by leaps and bounds. The romance lasted a mere 5 months, but it served as fuel for Swift's lyrical creativity. The notorious song Dear John is believed to be her musical response to their breakup. Swift's relationship with Mayer was just one of many highly publicized romances in her career. She's also been linked to famous names such as Jake Gyllenhaal, Harry Styles, and Calvin Harris. Her love life has become a topic of fascination for fans and the media alike, often serving as inspiration for her music. But Swift's career is not just defined by her love life. She's also made a name for herself as a songwriter, with her lyrics capturing the hearts of millions of fans around the world. From catchy pop tunes to emotional ballads, Swift's songwriting abilities have been praised by critics and celebrated by fans. In 2015, a rift clearly emerged between Nicki Minaj and Swift. This feud ignited when Swift's music video for Bad Blood got nominated for a VMA, inciting Minaj's frustration. Minaj took to Twitter expressing her discontent by saying, "If your video celebrates women with very small bodies, you will be nominated for Video of the Year." Swift retorted, accusing Minaj of promoting women's rivalry, which seemed to peter out the situation, but not for long. Minaj stirred the pot further, raising issues of racism in the industry. Piers Morgan and Katy Perry also jumped into the fray, complicating matters. This whole debacle served to amplify the animosity that some hold against Swift. In the midst of this Twitter feud, many began to question the true motives behind Swift's music video and her image as a feminist icon. Was she truly supporting women of all sizes and colors, or was it just another ploy for publicity? This controversy sparked larger discussions about body positivity and representation in the media, and also shed light on the ongoing issues of racism and sexism within the music industry. Despite Swift's attempts to bridge gaps between women, this feud highlighted the deep-rooted divisions that still exist within the industry, and quite frankly in our society. Joe Jonas! We're discussing another ex-flame of Taylor Swift who's not on good terms with her. Joe Jonas. He once expressed on Twitter, "I'm not the one to openly label someone negatively or expose personal disputes for the sake of selling records. It's clear that the relationship is strained, with Jonas holding some resentment for songs Swift penned about him." Their already tense dynamic took a nosedive in 2023 when Jonas and his wife, Sophie Turner, decided to part ways. Swift wasted no time in stepping in to offer emotional support to the former Game of Thrones star. As Swift and Turner grew closer, fans began to paint Jonas as the antagonist in the scenario. Now, Joe isn't the only one who's been on the receiving end of Taylor Swift's lyrical wrath. Her ex-boyfriend Calvin also fell victim to her songwriting skills, specifically in their breakup anthem, "I Did Something Bad." However, unlike Jonas, Harris has shown no ill feelings towards Swift and even congratulated her on winning a Grammy for that very song. Harris stated in an interview with GQ, "It's a great song and she deserves it." It seems like the relationship ended on amicable terms, with both parties able to move on without any lingering resentment. Counting down to Diplo. It might be unbelievable to some that Taylor Swift, a young, stunning artist, has experienced body shaming. Despite her incredible success and slim physique, she's been the target of criticism from numerous celebrities. Notably, Nicki Minaj had a public disagreement with the Evermore singer, and Diplo also took a jab at her. He tweeted back in 2014 suggesting a Kickstarter campaign to help Taylor Swift enhance her figure. Little did the DJ know he was igniting a firestorm amongst Swift's devoted fan base, the Swifties. They rallied fervently in defense of their beloved pop icon on the internet, making Diplo's life quite challenging for some time. Diplo's animosity toward Taylor Swift may not be purely personal. It's speculated that his actions could be due to the celebrity culture and the competitiveness found in the music industry. Public feuds can often generate media attention, inadvertently promoting the individuals involved. However, Diplo's attempt to gain publicity by body shaming Taylor backfired significantly. His reputation took a hit, while Swift, already an accomplished artist, received further support and admiration from her fans. And speaking of Calvin Harris, Harris is not the only ex of Taylor Swift who has experience being written about in her songs, but he's definitely one of the most vocal ones. In a recent interview with GQ magazine, Harris shared that he regretted getting into a public argument with Swift after their breakup. This brings up an interesting question. Should celebrities' personal lives be off limits when it comes to writing songs or creating art? While some argue that celebrities sign up for public scrutiny when they enter the entertainment industry, others believe that their personal lives should be respected and kept private. With the rise of social media and paparazzi culture, celebrities' every move is constantly under a microscope. That intense level of scrutiny can often lead to invasion of privacy and false narratives being created about their personal lives. On the other hand, some argue that writing songs about personal experiences and relationships is therapeutic for artists and allows them to express themselves freely. So if you were tuned into the 2024 Super Bowl, you definitely saw the heated moment on the sidelines where Travis was seen having a meltdown, captured by cameras. The question is this a major red flag that Taylor should be paying attention to? As we dive into the story of Taylor and Travis, whose love has blossomed over the last few months, we're seeing the intensity of the spotlight start to weigh on them. The scrutiny they're under has spiked, and this became quite evident during the 2024 Super Bowl. Rumors had been swirling about whether Taylor was gonna make an appearance for the Super Bowl since she's still on tour, but she did, only to have to be tied to an embarrassing moment from her boyfriend, the Chiefs tight end, Travis Kelce. Yikes. So what caused the meltdown? Chiefs running back Isaiah Pacheco's fumble in the red zone led to a visibly frustrated Travis Kelce off the field at the time, confronting head coach Andy Reid. Kelce, caught up in the intensity of the game, seemingly pushed Coach Reid back a few paces. Poor guy. After that unexpected fumble, Kelce beelined with sheer determination in his eyes. He aggressively confronts the coach about the play, but imagine this. He's momentarily on the sidelines, Noah Gray in his place, but Kelce's got that fire. He's been with Reid since being drafted by the Chiefs back in 2013. They're like a dynamic duo in the NFL. And when it was down to the wire, as the Chiefs went all out for that 4th Super Bowl trophy against the 49ers, I guess things were bound to get a little heated. Trouble in paradise? Inside sources were hinting at a rift between Travis and Taylor after their past bumpy holiday season. So it looks like the tension might have been sparked by none other than Travis's Travis's brother, Jason Kelce of the Philadelphia Eagles, who was also in the suite with Taylor during the game. Here's where it gets complicated. Taylor and Kylie seem to be at odds, with Kylie opening up last November about the increased scrutiny since Travis and Taylor's relationship became public. Kylie made it clear that fame isn't her thing, saying, "I'm more comfortable away from the cameras. At football games, she prefers the energy of the stands, even if it's in rival territory over a crowded VIP section." Jason openly expressed unease regarding the heightened scrutiny encroaching upon Travis's personal sphere, a shift that escalated when his romantic involvement with Taylor began to blossom later in the summer months. In a candid exchange with Peter King of NBC Sports, the renowned All-Pro center shared his joy for his brother's romance, yet simultaneously noted the exceptional magnitude of stardom that came with it, a phenomenon not commonly experienced by those in the football realm. His concern over the public's fervent fascination also surfaced during the discussion. Being an international pop sensation like Taylor is not easy. What's your take? Are Travis and Taylor here to stay, or is this celebrity romance on the rocks? Let us know down below. Behind the scenes, Taylor and Travis have been juggling a whirlwind schedule of her concerts and his football matches, not to mention fitting in family meet and greets. But as they start to get their groove, tough talks seem inevitable, especially with the nasty rumors always circling. Travis was in for a whirlwind of public attention when he started dating Taylor, as the powerhouse Kansas City Chiefs tight end opened up in an interview confessing that the spotlight that comes with a high-profile relationship was unlike anything he'd experienced before. During a feature with the Wall Street Journal, Travis shared his new reality: "Having paparazzi camped outside your home and being trailed wherever you go was totally new to me," he said. "I mean, I've never been with someone who has such a presence. It's a whole different ballgame." After a thrilling comeback that saw Kansas City snatch victory from the jaws of defeat in the Super Bowl's overtime against the 49ers, all eyes are on Travis and Andy Reid. They took the moment to clear the air about a heated exchange caught on camera. Picture this. It's the second quarter and the tension skyrockets when Isaiah Pacheco loses the ball in the red zone. Off the field, Travis's frustration spills over. He charges towards Coach Reid, his words sharp and his demeanor intense, inadvertently jostling the veteran coach. Fans were abuzz about the clash, that is, until the pair set the record straight. Several members of Kelce's inner circle, including girlfriend Taylor Swift, seemingly saw the confrontation as they all came together in a VIP suite to cheer him on. Some critics have pointed out that her personal life often seems to intersect with the drama of those around her, from feuds with fellow artists to public breakups with high-profile boyfriends, and now it seems that the incident involving Travis and his coach might just be another addition to this pattern. So how exactly are these two events connected? At first glance, it might seem like a stretch to link a football game to the personal life of a pop star, but upon closer examination, we can see that both Taylor and Travis have faced similar challenges when it comes to managing their emotions, especially in high-pressure situations. For Taylor, her songs often reflect the ups and downs of her relationship, from heartbreak to finding new love, and while this vulnerability has resonated with fans, it's also opened her up to criticism and scrutiny from the public eye. Similarly, Travis's outburst on the field could be seen as a manifestation of the pressure and expectations placed on him as a professional athlete. But what is most interesting about this connection is how it reflects a larger societal issue: the constant demand for perfection and control in our lives. Both Taylor and Travis are highly successful individuals who are constantly under immense scrutiny from the public. And in a society that values perfection and control, it's no wonder these two individuals have struggled with managing their emotions in high-pressure situations. So while the incident between Travis and his coach may seem like just another sports controversy, it actually sheds light on the deeper issue that affects not only celebrities but all of us. It serves as a reminder that no matter how successful or talented we may be, we're all human and susceptible to moments of weakness. And perhaps instead of criticizing and judging these individuals, we should use their experiences as an opportunity for self-reflection and empathy.